regarding of VA claims and those issues. People, and as we move people from the active force to thank you very much for your 15 years of service. Your services are no longer necessary or required or desired. They will be dumped into the VA system, some 100,000. That's only going to add to the backlog. What are we trying to do to deal with that? Some have serious injuries.
The backlog reached about 900,000. It has now begun to trickle backwards. 600,000 of those were over the target of 125 days, which is basically what the Secretary has said. He has said by next year, the backlog will be taken care of and all claims will be handled within 125 days with 90% accuracy. I think that's a laudable goal, but I think we need to be truthful about the capability of the Department of Veterans Affairs. If it were because of money, because of software, because of personnel, that issue would have already been resolved. I think the problem that exists out there today is a culture within the Department of Veterans Affairs by some, not all. There are a lot of good, hardworking people that work with the Department of Veterans Affairs. 300,000 employees, second largest only to DOD. There is a mismanagement of resources within VA. What they've done in the last couple of months basically was they went to the claims that were 2 years old and older, and they started focusing on them. They had mandatory overtime to get them out the door and taken care of. They basically say they moved all of those out of the system. Well, it's not a true statement to say that they're all moved out of the system, because some got denials, and those had to go into the veteran benefits arena where the courts now will adjudicate them, but VA gets to take them off of their rolls. So they're no longer counted as part of the backlog. So the backlog actually is larger than 900,000 claims. But
sort of like people who are on unemployment.
Yeah, here's the interesting thing. If I had a claim that was out there that was 3 years old, yet you could finish that claim in 30 days, something's wrong. And that's exactly what was happening. These claims are sitting there sometimes for 1 and 2 years, and the claim file is never even opened up. So again, there is a problem with the management of the employees and the resources that exist out there. Now, here's what the Department of Veterans Affairs will tell you. They have a VBMS, which is called, now I'm going to get in the weeds just a little bit. It's a veteran benefit management system. It is where all of the documents are scanned into a system, which is one of the biggest problems that exist out there. The vast majority of VA files are, in fact, paper files. You know that because you all have them. You carry them around. When you go to the VA, you're required to carry that paper file, or at least the information that you need to file your claim is paper. So they're trying to digitize millions and hundreds of millions of pages, and it's going to take a while in order to make that happen. But the problem is the Department of Defense doesn't want to be a partner in making this happen. We mandated several years ago that the Department of Defense and the Department of Veterans Affairs would have one single platform with which all of the records would be kept. The Department of Defense has said, after spending $1 billion, $1 billion, they said it can't happen, it's too expensive, we're not going to do it, we're going to go off on our own way. And I have been trying to get Chuck Hagel, and unfortunately, I had a meeting set with him the day of Colonel Day's funeral, was not able to go to the meeting with him, and we are trying to reschedule it now, to say it is imperative that we have one single common operating system, one that a VA doctor can click back and forth and not have to look at two separate screens, which is what they basically have to do now. That will help us, hopefully, get that backlog down. What I think is going to happen is you're going to see the numbers drop, and then because they haven't changed the way they manage the system, Ken, you're going to see the numbers increase again when you have the drawdown and the people coming out of the system today. And we need to look at other ways that we can help the Department of Veterans Affairs become more efficient in the way that they do what they do. I mean, they have a budget of $140 billion. $140 $140 billion a year within the Department of VA and 300,000 employees. I have not called for the Secretary's resignation because I believe the gentleman is trying as hard as he can. But I will tell you that mid-level management that's in there is not being truthful, not being transparent with the Secretary, and he can't get the job done that he needs to get done so that the backlog at least gets down to a manageable level.